Hey, how's it going?
Hi, I'm Ed.
Hey, Ed, I'm Rulers. Go ahead and have a seat there. So, what brings you here today?
I'm here for the audition.
Awesome, great, great.
Am I getting paid today?
Well, you're not going to get paid today, but we will send this video out to producers around the world. And then,
I think I'm on the wrong couch. I'm here for the Cometesta YouTube channel.
oh, yeah, you definitely have the wrong casting. Sorry, bud. It was taking this dude forever. What the fudge?
Discúlpame.
Where you been, bro?
I was at another job interview, apparently.
Really? What kind of job interview?
You don't want to know. We'll
Nah.
leave it at that.
Okay. Did you get the job?
It's not for me.
Okay. Well, we have a job for you here.
Awesome.
Cool. So, welcome to Cometesta, where we cook, talk, and just don't take life too serious.
That's awesome. First episode ever.
Yep.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
We get to show our family all the stuff that we usually do when we're just by
Yeah.
ourselves.
Exactly.
It's something that we just chit chat about, and we've talked about it for so long.
Yeah, we have.
And it's finally coming to.
Basically, every time we cook, we're like, hey,
Every
we should
time we
do
cook.
we should do a channel. We should start a conversation podcast channel about sports life, and we just we never did it.
And hopefully the people like it too, because it's just normal us and what we go through during our
Yep.
our everyday life, and give you guys un pedacito de what our life is sometimes, and then hopefully you guys can relate too.
Yep. Hopefully, and I think you guys will relate. We'll discuss topics, relevant topics, family, friends, news, sports, all kinds of stuff.
Lo que esté pasando.
Chismes for sure. We'll keep names out
We will
so we don't offend anyone and no one gets in trouble.
I like that chisme though.
But I like it.
I
You like
veces
that
que dicen
chisme
some of
too.
the
You're
guys somos más
too.
chismosos than the girls, so
Well, maybe.
who maybe.
Depende.
Yeah.
Not me though.
No,
I
not
don't
you.
think. I don't. Yeah.
Let's keep it simple today. Hay que hacer una carne asada,
Yeah. It's.
un pico de gallo,
Yep.
y las tortillas hechas a mano.
A
Not
ver
this
si hay
time.
tiempo.
Not this time.
No, porque no la sé hacer y no tengo masa y
Yo tampoco.
it's easier to just heat them up. Boop, boop, and
De volada.
ya vámonos.
Okay, well, let's go. Let's do
All
this.
right, let's get this going, guys. I got the fire going, bro.
Awesome. So what we're gonna do now is the marinade. We're gonna keep
Alright.
it simple. Orange, onion, lemon, little Lorry seasoned salt, black pepper, and garlic. You can use fresh garlic, but almost everybody always has garlic powder at the house.
Yep. So what do you got going there now?
So the pico de gallo, once again, we're gonna keep it simple. We're gonna use sea salt, little black pepper, onion, chile serrano, lemons, and
Sientas.
tomatoes.
All right. A ver qué tal sale tu pico de gallo.
Pico de gallo.
A ver. Y a ver, meantime. A ver. Vamos on this. Yep. Burning nicely. You like doing this stuff, bro?
You know what? It's actually really, really relaxing. It takes your mind from your everyday, mundane work life,
Yep.
And then I know you're super critical about yourself after you're cooking, and to see your family actually enjoy it.
Yep.
To me, that's the best part, to see your family actually enjoy it. And I'll tell you this, I actually even enjoy the criticism, because not every cook is a good cook. It
Yeah,
happens.
right.
Yep. There's sometimes when se te pasó la mano and you overcook the meat.
Yep.
And there's sometimes when you did great, and for some reason your family is just telling you something's not right. You just gotta take the criticism as it goes.
Yep.
But most of the time, everybody enjoys the cooking. So
Yep.
it's always fun.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's criticism's not that easy to take. At least when you feel good about a dish that you made, you're like, yo, this dish is pretty good. And like, oh, le hizo falta esto, le hizo falta esto. Like, oh, dang, I thought it was perfect. But
Your family is kind of like my family, where when you're cooking a steak, they like it super well done, or a carne asada.
Yeah.
It almost looks like beef jerky, to be honest
Yeah.
with you, right? Not that that's not the correct way to eat it, because to each their own.
Yeah.
If you like your meat cooked super duper burnt.
Yeah.
It is what it is. That's how you like it.
Yeah, for
I'll be
sure.
honest. I'll eat it.
Oh, I'll still eat it. Yeah.
There's some people that are like, no. There's no way I'm gonna eat all that because it's burnt. You know?
Yeah.
But for me, it just happens to be a different cut sometimes, different steaks.
Yep.
You could look at a picanha and you go, oh, that's over. A picanha super well done isn't that great.
Nope. No meat
But then you
is.
can do a carne asada that's over well done, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's okay, and it's still edible.
Yeah,
no
for
one's
sure.
gonna complain about it. But the best part, once again, is that most of the time when you're cooking, you're concentrating.
Yeah.
You're not even thinking about your everyday life.
Nah.
What time you woke up.
Nah.
What time you had to get out of
Nope.
bed. Honestly, it's got to be one of the most purest forms of love to show that you're
Yes.
cooking for your family.
100% agree.
Because at the end of the day, yeah, it's a reflection of what you're cooking,
Yeah.
but you're doing it because you want your family to be happy. You want your family to smile, and I know, we'll talk about this in a bit, but I'm a new dad,
Yep.
and to see that smile on my baby, even though he's not eating any of this,
Right.
or the smile on my wife, because shout out to my wife, because she's been taking care of the baby all day.
Yeah.
And for me to be able to give her that little bit of pleasure, well,
Yes.
it is a game
Yeah.
changer.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It is a game changer.
It's very fulfilling.
Yeah,
It's when you cook and you eat, it's very communal. It's a human instinct,
yeah,
right? And
For sure.
And in Spanish, como dicen, donde come uno, comen todos, because it just, it's such an experience.
Are we really not gonna have them smell the delicious carne asada
Right.
and then be like, oh no, just watch us eat?
Right.
No, man, it ends up being another love language.
Yeah.
You could say,
Yep. Oh, okay. That's what you're doing. I'm like, what is he doing with his hands there?
You know what this motion is.
As you were saying in love language. My buddy here is grinding. What are you doing there now, bro? Looks like you're
Tenderizing my meat.
Okay.
I'm just marinating it. I know we're gonna cut this taco style, so we're gonna eventually cut it up anyway. But
Yep.
just trying to knead a little bit of the flavor into the meat.
Yep. All right, bro. So what do we got?
All right, so for the pico de gallo, we're gonna keep it simple again. We're gonna do cilantro,
Yep.
tomate, lemon,
Yep.
chile serrano,
Yep.
garlic powder, some
Yep.
sea salt, some pepper, and that's it. We're gonna keep it super duper simple. One, it's our first episode, right?
Yes.
Two, it's something really quick that you want to do when you get home.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you probably already prepped the day before. But the pico de gallo, the good thing is like, oh shoot, se me olvidó hacer una salsa. You don't have time, and even though there's probably a salsa in the fridge, you just want something fresh, especially with the summer coming.
Yep.
You just want a pico de gallo to come in, add a little bit of tomato.
Yeah.
You can add aguacate, but ahorita del precio del aguacate, we are not adding aguacate.
Nope.
Aguacate.
Guaguacate.
So, yeah, let's get started.
Órale. A ver. And then... Show him the shirt, bro.
Ah, shout out to Cariño Confetti for the shirts.
Yep.
I thought you did a pretty good job capturing mine in your essence.
Yep.
We'll take closer shots of them
Yep.
after.
Later on.
But I thought they came out really cool, and
Yep. Shout out, Moni. Thanks so much.
thank you, Moni.
In supporting this venture with your artistic skills and your unconditional support to this channel, and hopefully ongoing. A ver qué otra cosa nos regala después.
Sí, a ver si nos da descuento. You look
Absolutely.
like you're on fire because the smoke is right behind you, but it
know.
looks
And
amazing.
it's burning my
burning
back, so I probably am on fire. And I keep feeling the little embers hit my back and my neck.
Ambers is the color of your energy, though. So
It is my energy. Whoa.
whoa,
There he is.
we're getting
There
this
he
channel
is.
together. Yeah, because we're cooking and we're gonna try out a bunch of different things.
Right.
But it's not quite a cooking channel, right?
It's not. Quiero que sepan. It's
Sí,
not
no,
a
it's not a
cooking
cooking channel. Porque there's different ways of making this, and you guys are gonna. But we are gonna try them all. Y a veces que nos va a salir bien, a veces que no.
channel. Yeah.
The point is to talk about what's going on in our lives, maybe our families,
Right.
work,
Yep.
you know, life.
Huh?
No, so we were in Oaxaca with my wife.
Yeah.
We had taken a trip right before we had our baby.
Yep.
And there's this place where they sell nothing but meats, bro. It's like
Carnicería?
Yes, exactly. Pero se llama El Callejón del Humo.
What a crazy
And,
concept.
and all you're
Oh, sí, ya lo he visto. Sí, sí,
Oh,
sí,
bro,
sí.
it's amazing because all you're smelling is this smell
Yeah.
and just the meats and
Lo he
the
visto.
flavors and todos los sabores, colores, like whatever. Mostly cecinas. Se come mucho la
Yeah,
cecina,
yeah.
yeah. But it is one of the best trips that we've ever taken because la gastronomía in Oaxaca is just
best.
second to none.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Top 3. Mexico.
Right. Guanajuato, Puebla, and Oaxaca.
Yeah. Michoacán, the Michoacanos would disagree.
I'd add Guanajuato.
Because there's, I'd say 4 then.
Okay, 4. Top 4.
Yeah, Michoacán,
Yep.
Puebla, Oaxaca, Guanajuato.
Guanajuato.
Not in any order.
No, not in any order. But then you also add Guadalajara in there too,
Yeah.
you know, because they have a lot of their different foods too. Ciudad de Mexico has, but the thing with the
sí.
Ciudad de Mexico and Tijuana
Sí.
is de que todos
Es mucha
move there.
influencia de
sí,
todas.
sí, de
sí.
todos los diferentes países.
Pero
That's
en
why
la
they're
Ciudad
good.
de México tiene más influencia como de Oaxaca, Puebla.
Right.
Muchos de allá son cocineros allá también. A ver, bro. A ver, ¿qué tenemos? Ya está listo.
Han estado en el refri 30 minutos. Estaban cubiertos con aluminio, ya les quitamos todo. Están listos para la parrilla.
Órale,
Vámonos.
sale.
So, we didn't make it on our own, but your local Oaxaqueño market has this really good Oaxaqueño chorizo. Toss this sucker in the back.
Choricito oaxaqueño. Ya se oye el choricito ya. All right, first, let's see how this is doing. Todavía le falta poquito. All right.
All right,
ya
show
está,
'em what you
mire.
got.
Yeah. Ya está. A ver, aquí tengo aquí. Sí. Ya está el pochito.
Yep, made sure it
Este-
was internally 165
Sí.
para que no se muera nadie.
Sí. Y
Y
ya
si
está,
tienes
mire.
miedo de morir, no nazcas.
Eso 100%, bro. Ya que tienen el fuego ahí listo, la brasa, you got the fire going. Toss in your tortillas. You can make them in a comal. That's fine too. And there's another way actually that you can enjoy them.
The microwave.
No microwave, bro.
You're right.
No, you could actually throw them directly onto the mesquite and the charcoal.
Oh, you want to try a couple of those?
Tatemadas, yeah. And you just shake off the
The ash.
ash, and,
Okay.
and it gives it a very distinct flavor. Very good, bro. Very good. A ver, porque lo vimos en el internet.
Porque lo vi en el Instagram.
No, but actually, I seen it back. I am in Mexico. Como así le hacen. Pero la verdad que sí, de volada se hacen.
Woof. Is that what you smelled, by the way?
Sí.
That's
Oh,
hilarious.
what the hell? All right. No. Look at that cutting style right there.
Ooh. Look at that.
Mira. No, pues.
The best part about being the cook, though.
Ahí le vas dando, le vas
Yep.
entrando a la carne. O que te entre la carne, ¿no?
Ahí.
A ver, ahora el pollito. A ver, ¿se corta igual o qué?
Rough cut again. Algo rapidón. Sas, hay que preparar los tacos. Así de volada. No hay que medir ni madres.
¿Y el chorizo?
Ahí. Oh, entonces, ¿quieres 2 de carne asada, 1 de pollo, 1 de chorizo?
Sí, mon.
Ahora, los emplatamos.
El chorizo, ahí lo pones en medio si quieres.
Este nomás se lo voy a cortar. Y luego 1 de pollo.
No, pues, wow.
Right. Tu pico de gallo. Te voy a echar mucho para que no se acabe. Y listos. Para comer, para echarnos unos tacos.
Ahí está, mira. No, pues wow. All right, so here we go. Food's ready. A lo que venimos. A ver, ¿cuál vas a comer primero?
Yo le voy a dar el pollo.
A ver, yo la enlazada, a ver qué tal.
Ujú. Sale bueno. So yeah, man.
All right. Pues, está muy rico. Great work on the marination. And está bien sabroso.
Usually the family would be around too.
Yeah. And it's usually quicker. Pero como estamos doing setup, recording, and doing all this stuff, it took longer. But as we get better at this, these videos are going to flow nicely. Question, brother.
A ver.
So we're in our 40s, and I don't know if this is a middle-age crisis thing. Two dudes in our 40s starting this venture, a hobby, on the creative space, because this is influenced really by social media and modern way of consuming media. But why at 40 now, bro?
You know, la neta,
Excuse me.
es que we've talked about this a long time. Not even almost before TikTok. For sure before TikTok.
Oh, sí. Yeah.
When Instagram was on, I think cuando empezaban los podcasts, que, you know, all these podcasters, siempre decíamos, like, hey, we have such good topics. Nos la pasamos en el celular or talking to each other about el partido or what's going on in life, celebrating our life, also complaining about life. We've always been each other's kind of wall to bounce off. No, that's mean, bro. That's not a wall.
Oh, but he's...
Oh, is that a wall? That's his box.
Yeah, that's his... Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's not a wall.
And everything went to
But we've always been each other's go-to, and I think everybody should have one. That platican and they complain, y chismean, y que they do this and they do that. But at the same time, yeah, we're 40, you know, and 40 now isn't the same as 40 as when our parents were 40.
No.
Right?
Well,
So-
at least we don't perceive it that way.
Right.
Right?
I still look at myself, as sad as it sounds, as my parents' kid.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
They still treat us like that.
Yeah. No, they do. And it's fine. You know?
Yep.
I mean, it's not anything like bad.
Mm-mm.
You know, it just the circumstances that they had to deal with compared to our circumstances. Gracias a Dios, we have, you know, the ability to take this time and hang out with each other, you know?
100%.
But I could have also bought a Corvette,
Yep.
but I can't afford it.
Nope. So this is the cheaper.
This is a
alternative.
cheaper option of doing that.
We get to hang out with the homie. We get to grill, cook good food. And I'll tell you why I'm doing this at 40.
I didn't ask you.
Ask me now. You don't want to know?
No.
I know. But just in case,
Okay, a ver,
if
platícame.
later on you think about it, you already know the answer.
A ver.
You're going to know the answer already. So it's, how's it? Did you try the steak one? yet?
Dude, the carne asada is money.
It's awesome.
It's
Pero
really good.
ahorita the tortillas now.
Está más tiesa la madre.
Están desbaratando.
Igual que mis rodillas, güey. So tell me, ¿qué ondas? Why are you doing this? Why do you think we're getting into this now?
I consider myself a creative person. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be in art, in music. You know, there's many ways to be artistic. I'm a photographer, videographer, and that's my way of being artistic,
Yep.
so to speak, right? I love music. Everything that's related to art. Probably the least arty thing that I like is actual painting
Right.
artistry.
Because we're not good at it.
Right. But I appreciated it. And I know the
Yeah,
top,
for sure.
I don't know in person, obviously, but I know of all these famous painters and stuff like that. But I think it's, you get to a point where I was in the corporate world forever.
You were.
And, you know, it's something I didn't want to be in anymore. I think there's more to life. Circumstances always happen, right? That kind of lead you into that. But I wanted to enjoy life a little differently. And this will give me that artistic, the artistic expression that I feel that I have to not only offer, but for me to give and feel that satisfaction that I'm actually doing something that I love and that I like, and what better way than to do it with my best friend, my brother, and doing
Quiere llorar, quiere llorar,
and
quiere
doing
llorar.
it, not yet, and doing it in a way that I think that we both get to do what we like. We like to just conversate
We do like to
about.
gab.
Sorry about the. I live in a corner house and we get a lot of traffic coming through.
But more importantly, dude,
Yeah.
it's funny, but I think you're more comfortable with this than I am. I genuinely, I'm embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie, you know. But it's funny because you wouldn't think that from me
We're the complete opposite
in real life.
in real life or in public.
Yeah,
I'm the quiet one. I don't say anything.
yeah, I'm loud
I'm the introvert. He's the extrovert.
for sure.
And when we're doing this, again, because it's something I like to do, photography and video, and this is where I'm the extrovert.
I'm not because I ate the whole chorizo.
Oh man, we're gonna have to do something funny with that.
Sorry.
You ate the whole chorizo.
I ate the whole chorizo. Sorry, I didn't mean to rain on your parade, bro. But
I've heard you say that many times before.
My bad. No, but it's true.
But yeah,
I as a matter of fact, I never saw you when you told me, "Hey, I'm taking photography." I encouraged you. I opened up your Instagram.
yep, you did. By the way, I was already doing photography.
Yeah, no, he's been doing photography for a while, but
But
I
he
was
pushed
like,
me.
"Hey, if you're gonna fucking take this serious,
yeah,
take it serious, right?" Not because I didn't think you weren't doing something serious, but because I'm like, you're actually good at it. Go do it, man. I mean, if this is what you're gonna do it 100%, right? Do it from your chest, you know. And that's why, to me, that's why it was so interesting. And I'm like, man, this guy's good at it. And you add that on top that you're now doing videography as well for different events. He's available, weddings, funerals.
I did a funeral.
That's funny.
First time ever, and yeah, maybe a topic for another day.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm mainly doing it for the businesses. Ideally,
Let me ask you this: what scared you about starting this adventure?
this specific
Stuff of us.
I think what scares me, as vain as it may sound, I think I'm scared that our product is not going to be liked.
Right.
But I think bigger than that was just not doing it and then just regretting it for the rest of my life.
And I'll tell you, I think, I'll if you care, I'll tell you what scares me. Life.
No,
No,
you're not
you're not scared. No, about this.
You're Michael Myers. Way.
See, because you're not fast enough to run away from him. No, but in general, yeah, will we be liked? But also, will people think that we're silly for doing it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, are you two grown-ass men like doing this? Ultimadamente, even if it gets
I'm
to
gonna
like
find a word.
10 people, which is just our family, you know, you want to be a good example for my nephews. Excuse me. I want to be a good example for my nephews. I want to be a good example for my son. Show them what is possible, what they can and can't do.
Yeah. Even if it's silly, like you're saying,
yeah.
or we think it's silly. Maybe someone close to you may think it's silly, but that shouldn't discourage you because someone out there may not think that it's silly and may love what we're doing. And maybe at some given point, maybe something that we're discussing is something that they're going through in life or something that maybe they need to hear at that moment, and that alone will then.
Because we've been through some stuff.
Yeah. So justify what not justify, just gives us make us feel good about us doing this. It's not easy. You know, I'm a dad, he's a dad, and just coordinating today was
A headache.
a headache. It just required patience and a lot of understanding.
You know, it's. I know. I'm sorry, not to cut you off, but I've told Mitsuko this so many times, and I'm like, you know, my dad. I love my dad. My dad's probably one of the greatest men I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. He is. He's the nicest guy in the world. Right?
He is, man.
Like your dad, you know, same. You know, we're blessed in the sense that we have amazing dads, amazing moms too. But more our dads in the sense because we're guys, and now I can see cuando he would complain about something. I love the fact that Otero's passing by right when I'm talking. But we'll go back to that. But anyways, you hadn't even noticed it, huh?
I'm so used to it. I just realized. And then earlier, as a motorcycle was passing, and you said,
You just started
damn.
talking.
I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
it's a very quiet neighborhood. But
just
there's
so
windows
happens-
where it's just chaotic. But yeah, you were saying about your dad.
No, yeah, so back to my dad, you know. I always tell Mitsuko this. I said, you know, I wish they had someone like us in the relationship that we had to be able to express themselves.
Yep.
It's so important as a guy.
Yeah.
You know, I know it doesn't seem like it, but it's nice to be able to vent.
Yeah.
You know, and I think more guys need this.
Yeah.
More guys need to be able to vent because it's so important with the mental health and all this other stuff that's going on now.
But I notice it a lot more now through social media, right? All the videos that I see of buddies being more open
Right.
about it, right?
Yeah.
No
No shame in it.
not
shaming.
not shaming and giving your best friend a hug and telling them that you love your best friend.
You're
and
not
your
getting a
homies.
hug later, bro.
Like with him. Oh man, I was trying to build up for that.
He's trying to get.
But never
a hug out of
mind.
this.
What
no,
were you
but
saying?
no, but definitely. I mean, there's. I know it sounds silly, but even with our other buddies, you know, and with you, you've experienced this. We say, all right, man. I'll talk to you later. Love you. You know.
I don't mind.
Legitly.
When you're 40, you go through enough stuff
Yeah.
that make you appreciate life,
For sure.
and where you just don't care. Like, what's wrong with it, right?
Yeah.
Loving your friends and stuff, and
Yep.
there's nothing wrong with that. That has cilantro in my teeth, bro. That's
Yeah, you definitely do.
I felt it. It's probably the whole video. There's like,
I took it off.
There's meat. I feel the meat in between my. I feel
Maybe
the meat in
eating-
between my teeth.
Whoa.
November of last year, you became a father, bro.
I did.
My godson now. We just baptized him.
De compas.
We just baptized him a week ago,
We did.
and you know, for me, he's number 4.
Yeah.
Number 4. I've been very fortunate enough to be asked to be the padrino.
You knew you were gonna be my son's godson, though, no?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, like for
Dating?
when we got before we were dating. No, before when my wife was pregnant. You knew in a sense that you were gonna be a godfather, right? Or did
Oh,
you?
I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah.
yeah,
It's dope. You know, you formalize something, you make it official, and
Yeah.
and it's dope. It's really cool.
yeah.
It's a nice feeling.
He's 6 months. He turned
He's 6 months,
last
so
week.
he doesn't realize that his padrino is.
Yeah, but it's
douchebag.
yeah. No, but it's tough, man.
But let me ask you though.
Okay.
You know, you guys were together for over 10 years. You know, and living a couple life. You know, traveling, doing all this.
Dang, tell him my whole life story in sin. Basically, he's saying.
Pecadores.
No, we
ahora
were.
ya
We
se
definitely
quieren- y ahora ya quieren pedir perdón a Dios. How does so going from that, right? From just being with a partner, period,
Yeah.
regardless of your marital status, but being with someone for so long, you get used to these daily routines and the freedom of doing things when you want, having the means to be able to do that, and just in general being very independent as a couple, right? And then all of a sudden, you know, here comes baby, right? In your 40s, how much has that? How has the adjustment been for you as far as like?
It sucks.
As far as
It
like, yeah,
sucks,
your routine. That's what I meant because because I know as a father, of course,
It's the most
there's nothing like
amazing
it,
feeling
right?
in the world
Right.
when my baby was born. and I
But
got
your
to
daily
hold him.
stuff, bro, like you get up, you freely take a dump whenever you want
Yeah.
and take your 30 minutes on your phone.
No.
Now you can't, bro.
No.
Now it's like, go.
Well, we have
wipe
this
real
thing.
quick and take off and make sure the baby's okay.
We have this thing where my wife, she doesn't want him having any screen time, no TV time whatsoever, right?
No,
Which makes sense, right?
yeah, he can't hold the phone yet.
But you know me too. I have my phone in my right hand, 24/7 basically. Yeah. So I can't do that anymore,
Yeah.
right? And not because I'm addicted to the phones or I just usually everybody hits me up. You know, everybody if anybody needs anything, I'm the person to reach out to. So
You're
most
the
of the time,
go-to guy.
yeah. So most of the time it's like, why are you on the phone? Well, I'm texting Raul because he's asking me this, or my parents are asking me a question, right? So it's hard having the baby next to me and not having my screen on me.
Yeah.
But even just the waking up, man. Sleep schedule has changed completely.
Yep.
Us getting up and leaving is no longer. Si de por sí llegamos tarde, we were late everywhere. Now we're extra late,
Yep.
right? So now we're trying to prep 2 hours even before, and
Yep.
and it's just not working sometimes, you know. But it's amazing, man. It's there's
Yeah.
no feeling like being a dad, and you know this. You have a son yourself, and he's now into sports, and he's doing amazing in his sports, which is
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it's funny you're telling me his stories, and I get a little jealous, but in a good way, you know, like 'cause I'm like, man, that's awesome. Like I that's so cool that he's excelling in the sport that we both love, which is soccer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to go see him, but I can't, you know, because I have my baby.
Yeah, timing, yeah.
You know,
logistics.
but it's got to be part's got to be dope as hell.
It is, and it's and he started late, but he's a natural athlete.
Yeah,
And I tell him, man, sometimes, you know, I tell him, I'm very honest with him. He's old. He's older already. He's 17.
we're on different spectrums.
Yeah,
basically,
completely different. So you
Yeah.
gotta start talking to him a little different,
Yeah.
a little more reality to every conversation. So, you know, I tell him, look, I'm not blowing up smoke. You know, I'm not, you know, here telling you, cheering you up like a father should. You know, but I'm not gonna say, oh, you're doing amazing and you
When
got
he's
this,
not.
and
Right.
and he's not. But I'm like, I tell him, bruh,
Bruh, BRUH, bruh,
yeah.
period.
bruh, like legit, bro, you're killing it, dude. Like, I'm your biggest fan. I'm his biggest fan. bro.
Yeah,
I
no,
love
that's
going to his
amazing.
practices. I love watching him play. Just to see him excel. I mean, he's an overall athlete in every sense of the word. He takes care of himself.
Right.
You know, he does gym work, discipline. That's different, you know. Discipline for us, like I look at what he's doing at 17, and in school he's holding up. He's doing really well. He's doing really well in school.
Yeah.
But like what he's doing, and then with his athletics, playing sports,
That's impressive.
like he's doing like a million times better than I was at his age. Like,
But you know, this will be a different topic too, though.
Yeah.
Eventually, but we were in different. Like our parents were in different stages of us growing up. You know, my parents at 17 were worrying about, or 17 or 18 or 19 were worried about feeding us or coming
Right.
over to this country. We're first generation immigrants.
right.
So we're still different. You know, at 17, I was still an immigrant. You know, I wasn't a citizen yet, so I didn't even know if I could make, you know, if I was going to even go to school.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I didn't, you know, so,
Yeah.
you know, not that you're shooting yourself down, but
Yeah.
we were in different
Yeah.
eras.
Oh yeah, for
know?
sure. We had different pressures, you know. Again, just being first generation, and same situation as Ed here, and you know, ultimately his what I'm getting to is that his drive to do these things is beyond what I did
Yeah.
of anything growing up, because soccer is the thing I love the most. But I wasn't gonna get up, and you know, he does gym in the mornings
Right.
before school, and goes to school and does training after school for whatever sport he's in, because he
Right.
also
Plus, you were
plays
okay.
volleyball.
You were.
No, I wasn't okay. I was whack. I sucked, and then he's got natural athleticism.
Yeah.
So it comes to these sports come to him naturally, and then he does, like, you know, after school he'll do his soccer or volleyball, and then he'll go to his club.
It's
Yeah.
amazing right now.
Yeah, so he's like every day, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, geez, man, and then I take him. Those are Tuesdays and Thursdays. And Thursdays, I'm seeing him at practice after I know what he's done all day.
Yeah.
Like since 4:35 in the morning, and then now it's like 8 o'clock at his club practice, and he's still outrunning everyone.
That's nuts.
Yeah, he's still
Yeah.
playing really hard and
One thing that
Maya,
Maya,
it's like,
one thing that Maya has is
Jesus.
heart in everything.
I'm like,
one of the sweetest
Jesus,
kids
bro.
I know.
Like, where is this coming from? And his explosiveness, it's pretty awesome.
Which is also a compliment to you and your wife on how well you guys have raised him. Which now that he's a teenager leads me to another question. So we can sort of wrap this up for the first episode. What would your teenage self tell you?
I honestly feel that I tell myself, like, we did all right. We're doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing okay, and I think that's based more on my teens growing up where we grew up, and what the statistics show.
Right.
We were either going to be in jail, selling drugs, dead, or in some gang. Right. We're probably deported too.
Yeah.
And yet here we are making YouTube videos for everyone to enjoy, cooking, talking, and getting this first episode out the way, and hopefully it works out how we're hoping.
Yeah.
I guarantee some of them are going to be funny. Some of them will have more serious topics. So stick around. We'll promise you we're going to be as consistent as we possibly can. Bring you the best topics that we possibly can. Cook the best possible dishes that we can. At the same time, keeping it at a reasonable, because part of this channel is to cook something, slap something together that's relatively easy to make and relatively affordable, because there are better options than just hitting up the restaurant. Just doing this. Maybe some point later on we'll have the family or something, whatever, because that's all
together.
That's what's the most important part. Being able to do the cooking experience with family. That's the best part.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to need you guys to comment. Maybe give us ideas. Maybe even topic ideas. What we should cook. Feedback. I know that not all of it's going to always be great, but we do try our best. We are trying our best. I mean, we're tired, man. We're tired, but it's getting dark, and my wife is probably like,
"Where's out now?"
Yeah, the birds up in the air.
Ghetto birds up in the air.
My wife's probably wondering where I'm at, but
stayed home late.
Stayed home.
Stayed at work late.
A shout out once again to our wives and our helicopter. To our wives, to my kid. Maybe next time we'll do something easier. I don't know.
We'll bring up some, maybe tortas.
Oh, tortas!
I love tortas. You can't go wrong with tortas. Maybe we'll make spaghetti. Maybe we'll make pizza.
Maybe a steak.
But as we go along and we start gaining an audience, and you guys start commenting, what you want to see next, what do you guys want to see us cook next? What do you guys? Any topic we want to discuss? Unfortunately, there's a lot of stuff always going on in the world, the current events, that there's always going to be a topic.
We'll try to reach all of them. I mean, some of them might be controversial. We'll give you our thoughts. The way the world is right now, it's a little rough, but we will try to be as honest about our opinion as we can. But thanks for joining us at Cometesta, our first episode, bro.
Cometesta, bro. So like, comment, subscribe. And then our first episode, Casting Carne Asada? What do we call it?
Casting Carne Asada. So
whatever we end up labeling it, just make sure you stick around. I guarantee you guys are going to like our channel. You get to know us. And till next time.
Thanks.
Peace out, guys. Rulers, Ed. Cometesta.